Next on the news, Scouts from the Diocese of Brooklyn experience the beauty of God's creation.
Campers in the Catskills take time out of their summer break to gather in prayer. I'm Katie Vasquez, and I'll have the details coming up.
The faithful in Brooklyn and Queens packed the streets to celebrate the feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, hundreds taking part in 2 separate processions. Plus,
if they can't make it to their local library or a bookstore, go get a book to read.
A Catholic school in Whitestone is making sure you're getting your summer reading in. See how you can visit the Lending Library at St. Luke's. I'm Christine Persichetti. Currents News starts right now. Summer camp can be a time for kids to get away, but while the Scouts of the Diocese of Brooklyn were reflecting in nature, they also got a reminder that they can get closer to Christ even while in the Catskills. Currents News' Katie Vasquez tells us more.
Good afternoon, Camp Kiowa!
Summer camp is a time for song and activities like archery or kayaking here at 10 Mile River Scout Camp in the Catskills. But campers got a treat Wednesday as Brooklyn Bishop Robert Brennan celebrated Mass at the chapel.
The fact that he's the bishop is I feel like it's special treatment.
I can't believe he would come all the way out here just to, do a Mass with us. It's really nice.
Bishop Brennan makes the trip every year, but says this time seemed special.
We have a big representation from Brooklyn and Queens, so it was nice to have that connection with everybody.
It's amazing when he says Mass. It's unlike no other.
With all the excitement of camp, Scouts admit that prayer can sometimes fall to the side. This Mass was a reminder of their faith. Have you been praying or not really?
Not really, but if I could, it would be a perfect time to pray.
The Brooklyn Shepherd encouraged Scouts to embrace that time spent in God's creation.
They're learning things about themselves, not only about the world around them, but they're learning the talents and the abilities that God is giving to them.
A moment that some were taking time to reflect.
I feel like it's a new opportunity and you can learn a lot.
I thought it was very tranquil that they had it in this area away from all the commotion at the camp.
So that their gifts can be shared with others as they return home to the Diocese of Brooklyn.
I said to the young people, God is sending you now into a world that needs a little bit of tenderness, a little bit of care.
In Narrowsburg, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
Those campers in the Catskills, along with Scouts across the country, can now earn a new badge of faith. To get the patch called Pope, Vicar, and Christ, the Scouts have to learn more about Pope Leo XIV, along with what the papacy means and its history. It features an image of the first American pope, along with the date of his election, ghost-stitched or stitched in a color blending into the background. Catholic Scouts will want to perform this task soon because that secret stitching will be removed from the patch after a year. Following another summer staple, the dancing of the Giglio, the streets of Williamsburg came alive again Wednesday. This time, Italian Americans in Brooklyn celebrated the feast day of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, packing the streets around the Shrine Church, named after the Marian apparition, as the faithful processed with a statue of Our Lady. Ever wonder what the capos are shouting to the lifters during that iconic Giglio dance? Monsignor David Casado, former pastor of St. Athanasius St. Dominic Parish in Brooklyn, took to socials to translate this old-time tradition.
Wayo, gunji gunj, egadishpal, ejet. What does that mean? Wayo, you guys, egadishpal, on your shoulder, gunji gunj, easy, easy, ejet, drop it. Those are the commands that the capo has to learn how to speak Italian.
I love it. Monsignor Casado says what makes the feast day so special is the unique experience the Italian-American culture brings. You can still see more iconic Giglio dances in the coming days. The next lift will be a night lift on Thursday, July 17th at 7:30 p.m. There will also be an old-timers Giglio lift on Sunday, July 20th at 2 p.m. Brooklyn wasn't alone in honoring the Blessed Mother. There was a vibrant feast day celebration for Our Lady of Mount Carmel in Astoria over the weekend. It was standing room only inside the Queen's Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church on Saturday, with over 800 people inside and hundreds more outside. The day started with an outdoor procession around the parish featuring 42 parish groups, a youth mariachi band, and the praying of an international rosary. Then the faithful gathered for a mass celebrated by Brooklyn Bishop Robert Brennan in 6 languages, and some dressed in their native garments. You could read more about the celebrations for Our Lady of Mount Carmel at thetablet.org. Now let's take a look at some other Catholic headlines you should know. The Holy Family Parish in Gaza, which the late Pope Francis called every night since the start of the Israel-Hamas war, was hit by a raid Thursday morning. According to the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, 3 people have died. Several have been injured, including the pastor. Pope Leo XIV, as well as the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, have expressed their condolences and prayers to Holy Family. The Holy Father also sent aid to the victims of another war, the pontiff donating food to Kharkiv, Ukraine, which was recently devastated by heavy missile and drone attacks. And finally, new research shows the important role the Blessed Mother has in finding a vocation. According to the study done by the Center for the Applied Research in the Apostolate, a majority of religious reported their devotion to Mary had a big impact in answering their call, with the most popular Marian devotion being praying the Rosary. Finally tonight, as kids across the Diocese of Brooklyn are enjoying the summer, some may be looking to catch up on reading. And a Queen school is helping make that happen. St. Luke's School in Whitestone installed a little lending library to encourage literacy and get the community involved. Currency's Katie Vasquez has that story.
Can I get this book, please?
Of course. Good choice.
Thank you.
The library at St. Luke's School is one of Gianna Polito's favorite spots,
Repeating her summary,
where she can indulge in one of her passions.
I do read a lot of books because in ELA we have a reading log where we read a book every single night. Ooh, we got a lot of donations.
Yeah.
During the summer, Gianna and others from the neighborhood can continue reading with the little lending library outside the Queen School.
But it's just for people to read a book, and if they can't make it to their local library or a bookstore, go get a book to read. And if they bring it back, they can. But if they don't want to, then they don't have to.
Librarian Caitlin McDonough came up with the idea during Catholic Schools Week as a way to get the community involved.
So I was trying to think of a way we could bring the community into our library, even though we couldn't bring them directly into our library. And that's how the idea to have a library outside came to be.
And Principal Jan Brunswick thought it was a great idea.
And we're always trying to find ways to include members of the parish and the greater community whose kids have long since graduated, or to, get involved at the school. And I thought that would be a really nice addition.
Miss McDonough's dad, who works in construction, created the structure. And Gianna beat out 19 other students in designing the mini library with her drawing of a rainbow.
Reading transports you to a rainbow of possibilities that can take you anywhere inside of any type of storybook.
Now they hope it will benefit families and neighbors for future generations.
I think a lot of the things that we try to do that involve the community are just those types of things that long after any of us, might not be here at St. Luke, or that these things can last and someone can visit. It will last for generations and everyone can enjoy it for a long time to come. And what a beautiful legacy.
In Whitestone, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
What a great idea. I love those little libraries. That is this Currents News update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time. Whether they're lending a hand within the pews or beyond them, they are living their faith, representing the best of Brooklyn and Queens.
For me, this is another beautiful gift that God has given me in my life, and I'm grateful for it.
Right now, Currents News is giving you the chance to meet the people.
I'd rather do things for people then people do things for me.
In the community and in the church.
This was in the original church 170 years ago.
Who make up the heartbeat of this diocese. Can you feel it? That's the pulse of the parish. This Friday, July 18th at 7 p.m.